Excuse me. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Ellen, showtime.
And now I'm trying to. Excuse me 1 second. I'm sorry. Excuse me 1 second. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Thank you very much. Kevin Costner, you're on the show. Thank you very much. Oh, that feels good. Thanks so much. And what lovely dancers we have here today. You're excellent. You're excellent. There's so much twirling. How do you pinpoint exactly? How do you do it? I always end up some other room somehow. Excellent dancing. Oh, I love my job. I've said it before. I love it. But I'll tell you one thing that you may not know. My job does not stop here. There's so many different things. This is part of it. It's a small part of it. Really, a big part of it is promoting the show. And I have to do radio interviews and magazines and billboards and county fairs and rodeos and pie eating contests. All of it. And I don't care. Whatever it takes to spread the word about the show, I'll do it. I'm happy to do it, except for when I make a fool of myself. And which happens often. And the other day I did a radio interview for Detroit, and I'm speaking to this gentleman. It's his own radio program in Detroit, and nice as can be. He's a huge fan, talking to me and reminded me that we had spoken before, and I'm chatting away with him, and he's saying, I love the show, but you never have authors on. And I said, no, I don't, but I tell you, I just read this book, and if I have an author on, I go on and on about this author that I would have on, but we don't have authors on. At the end of the conversation, he goes, well, if you have authors on, let me know, because, and I'm like, oh, this guy wrote a book, and he wants to get on. And so I said, well, tell me the name of the book. I'd love to read it. He goes, The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. I went, okay, I sure will read it, and I'll let you know. And so then I hung up, unfortunately, and I got to work, and I'm like, who's Mitch Albom? That sounds so familiar. And then I find out he wrote Tuesdays with Maury, which I read and loved and called him, which is why we had spoken before. And The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. Both were New York Times bestsellers, and they made movies out of them. And that's the Mitch Albom that I was talking to. And you know how you have when you realize you have that horrible feeling in your chest that just it's the same kind of feeling when you make that "it's nice to meet you" mistake. You know, when someone's, you say, oh, it's so nice to meet you, and they say, we were roommates in college. And, oh, that hurts. In my defense, I was ambushed. What was he doing hosting a radio show? That's like me running into Paul Newman when he's at the salad bar. I don't know that it's the same guy. How do I can barely hold down one job. So I called Mitch, and I apologized and just said, I feel so bad. I'm just so embarrassed. And he was so kind and said, it's no big deal. And it's interesting, because usually when we do stupid things, other people don't really care about them as much as we do. It's us that we just beat ourselves up so quickly and just, you idiot, you stupid. Instead of congratulating yourself when you do something good. We should train ourselves to start, congratulating ourselves whenever we do something really, really good. Like, for instance, like, bravo, that was a nice left turn you made. Or, you cut your own chicken today, well done. Good girl, you only had 4 vodka tonics for lunch. So, but I really haven't let it go. And so I apologize, Mitch. I'm so sorry. And while I'm at it, I thought I'd clear out some other things that I've done. Martin Scorsese, you were right. It was The Passion of Christ that you directed, and it was not The Last Temptation of Christ, like you said. And I really, don't argue with somebody when they're telling you what they directed. He knew which one he did. But here's a piece of advice. Whenever you do something stupid or say something stupid and you feel bad about yourself, the best way to deal with it is to shake it off, and that's to dance. Okay, it was 1:01. Minute 1 second, so it was a second off. That was so close. So you're a little cooking your eggs a little too long if you... All right, so now they're telling me I misspoke again. So it was The Last Temptation of Christ that Scorsese directed. Yes, and I said The Passion of Christ. I'm just gonna stop talking. I won't mess up. You ever do that, Terry?
Yeah.
I won't mess up the names of today's guests. Of course, you know him from Bull Durham, Field of Dreams, and Dances with Wolves. He won 2 Academy Awards for that movie. We call him bookends in the business. He's a big movie star. Kevin Costner is here today. He's got a new movie out called The Upside of Anger, and it is so good. And he's great in it. It's a really good movie. And also on the show, Clarke Duncan is here. He was nominated for an Academy Award for his work in The Green Mile. Now he's in the #1 movie in the country, Sin City. But first, it's time for one of my favorite segments. It's called Celebrity Babies. All right, so this is it Lizelle or Lizelle Brooks from Gainesville, Florida? This is her son, Sebastian. And she thinks he looks like John Travolta. We don't really see that. We think Robin Williams. And then we have Jamie Katz from Seattle, Washington. This is her daughter, Cecilia. Cute. She thinks she looks like Alfred Hitchcock. We think Kelly Osbourne. Yeah. She bleeping looks just bleeping like her. Sonia Coomer from Lexington, Kentucky sent us her picture. This is her daughter, Carmen. And she thinks she looks like Jeopardy champ Ken Jennings. We think Goober from the Andy Griffith Show. Yeah. Andy! Oh, Andy! It's bad again. All right, Karen, why do they do this to me? Karen Pulichicchio. Karen Pulichicchio from University Place, Washington. This little girl, Jillian. She thinks she looks like Catherine Zeta-Jones. We think Oliver Platt. When she grows up, she'll look like Catherine Zeta-Jones. Right now, Oliver Platt. Angela Larson in Park City, Utah, sent us this little guy, Strider. She thinks he looks like Robert Redford. Kinda. And we think OC is Benjamin McKenzie, possibly. Or me. This is a picture of Sharon Powell in Hanover, Maryland. No, this is from Sharon. This is Logan. And she thinks Logan looks like the crocodile hunter, Steve Irwin. And we agree. Thanks for sending them in. Keep them coming. I told you in my monologue a pretty embarrassing story about myself, and one day I'll be able to look back and laugh at it, but right now I'm going to laugh at your embarrassing stories. We ask you to send in embarrassing stories today. These are hilarious. I'm saving one for later. I can't even make it through. All right, so this is from Bev Rydell from Sterling Heights, Michigan. When I first started working, I was very shy. To break out of this, I joined my company's speakers bureau. It was hard, and sometimes when talking to professional groups, my mouth would get so dry I'd lose my voice, and my upper lip would stick to my gums in a sort of ghoulish grin. Needing to keep my mouth moist, I found Tic Tacs to be my miracle cure. One day, feeling very confident in my subject matter, maybe a little too confident, I was talking to a group of about 75 people. It was all good because the Tic Tac was doing its job wonderfully. Immersed in my presentation, I suddenly noted that Tic Tac was no longer in my mouth. I thought I had swallowed it until I suddenly noticed that the man directly in front of me had my little green Tic Tac resting gently below his left eye. Horrifying thoughts ran through my mind. I could have put his eye out. What do I do? Should I wipe his face and apologize, or be a coward and pretend it never happened? I chose the latter, of course, and avoided looking at him for the rest of my speech. For all I know, he could still be out there somewhere with my little Tic Tac perched on his cheek. That's pretty funny. Oh. That is so... Brian, don't you think that's a funny story? Got a lifesaver on you. Here. All right. This is from Ellen in Connecticut. My most embarrassing moment happened in a gymnasium filled to capacity on a Friday night at the state semifinal volleyball game. I was a starting setter with braces on my teeth. We were halfway through the nail-biting game, and I decided to whisper something to the setter on the other side of the net. The ref blew his whistle, and we stepped back into position. When I stepped back, the net came with me. My braces had gotten tangled while chatting with my opponent. I tried feverishly to unhook myself to no avail. The referee had to come down from his perch and spend 5 very long minutes unhooking me. The good news is he won the game despite the unfortunate event. The coach of my volleyball team still tells the story to his players as a precautionary tale. Keep dancing, Ellen from Southport. If you choose to read this on air, please don't use my last name because it's still a little embarrassing. All right. I said when I asked you to send things in, they're confidential. I would never, ever, ever say your last name. But when we come back, I'm going to call you. So don't go away. Kevin Costner's here, but I'm going to call this girl when we come back. All right. I just read an embarrassing story from a woman named Ellen who asked me not to say her last name. She got braces stuck on a volleyball net in the state finals, and so I'm going to give her a call. I don't know how long ago that was. I don't know how old she is or anything about it. So she wants to remain anonymous. We respect that. She gave us her number. Ellen from Connecticut. I mean, she's asking for it. She's probably running to the phone, but her braces are stuck to the towel.
Hi, you've reached the Laguitas. We can't make it to the phone, but if you leave us a message, we'll call you back. Thank you.
Don't worry, you said the name so fast we couldn't hardly understand it, Ellen. Ellen, this is Ellen DeGeneres, and we just read your story about the braces getting caught on the net, which very funny and embarrassing. Isn't it funny how years later...
Hello?
Hello? Is this Ellen?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Ellen, this is Ellen DeGeneres.
Well, hello, Ellen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Where were you just now?
Well, I was sitting with my husband and my girlfriend chatting, and we were screening the calls.
Yeah.
You were out of area.
Yeah, and here I am calling you because we just read your letter, actually, on the air about the braces getting caught on the net.
It was a fun day.
It was fun. How long ago was that?
Well, I'm 44 now, and I was 17 then, so do the math.
Nah, you do it.
That's never really been my strong suit.
9 years ago, something like that?
It's pretty close.
Yeah. It's 28 years ago. Okay, so you were talking to your opponent through the net, right?
I was,
okay.
Yes.
You said chatting. I mean, were you were in her face, weren't you? I mean,
Well, you know, she was a friend of mine because I worked at the grocery store with her. Although she went to different high school, I knew her. So we were whispering and chatting and you know.
Just admit it. You were trash talking your opponent.
No, I wasn't. She was a friend of mine.
She was
truly.
Okay. So and then you're talking through the net. I'm trying to picture this. Your lips are in one of those squares.
Well, I was holding it down so I could, yes, have my lips in one of the squares. And you know, I guess I let it go a little too early, and it just got all tangled.
And the entire net just pulled back with you when you pulled back out of the way?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, the whole thing.
Now, was everyone laughing at this point?
Well, no, my
They're still
family's
laughing
laughing
about it.
behind me, but actually, there was a big in the crowd.
Uh-huh.
A big, I think they were just stealing for me at how horrible the situation was.
Maybe people didn't have video cameras, but this is the kind of thing that we'd be seeing right now. Somebody would have gotten a picture or a videotape of something like this. Do you have any?
I do not, thank God.
Yeah.
Nothing on the permanent record.
Nobody took a picture from the audience?
No, no one did.
All right. No one sketched it or anything?
You could have. No, I am a graphic designer. I could probably draw a recreation of it if you would like to see it.
Yes, I would.
Okay. Ellen, I'll get that right off to you.
I would love you to. I would love you to do that. All right, so, and you've healed from that. Nothing, it's not scarring in any way.
No, not at all. No, but actually I had a babysitter watching my kids a few years ago, and she was on the same volleyball team, the same coach. And she was telling this story. Well, Coach Benjamino, he warns us now. There was this girl one time that, got her braces caught in the volleyball net. Yeah. And I said, Kate, that was me. And she just died laughing.
That's hilarious. Your babysitter didn't know it was you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not really laughing, but it is very funny. Well, thank you so much for sharing your pain.
Well, thank you, Ellen.
All right. And what was your last name again?
Loguitas.
Loblitas?
Loguitas.
Loguitas.
Yes.
All right. Well, it was great talking to you, and thank you so much for sharing your story. And don't worry, we will keep you anonymous.
Okay.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
All right. Bye. We'll be right back with Kevin Costner. Wait a minute. I just realized there was one more story that I was gonna read, and I'm saving it till the end of the show because I read it this morning. And I started laughing so hard I was crying. So it's a little risky. I'm scared that my mascara will start running. So I'm saving it till the end of the show, but it's probably the funniest thing I've ever read. So and also we're going to reenact one of these things. So go to our website and start voting on which one you want us to reenact. We'll be right back with Kevin Costner. Our first guest is the star of such classic films as Bull Durham, Field of Dreams, and JFK. His new film, The Upside of Anger, is in theaters now. Please welcome Academy Award winner Kevin Costner. Hello, Kevin.
Hello.
You look lovely. You look great.
Thanks.
You were upset that we gave you girls' clubs in the elevator. I don't know where we got those from.
I don't either.
Yeah. They were good looking. They look like kind of antique clubs.
Yeah.
You're a golfer, aren't you?
I'll go out, but it's not my sport of choice. But
No?
Yeah.
It's not?
No.
I thought you were a golfer for
Well,
some reason.
when you make a movie about it and you play in one or two tournaments on television, everybody puts two and two together, right?
Yeah.
And suddenly they know your life almost like a magazine, right?
Uh-huh.
But I would very rarely go play golf by myself thinking, what am I doing today? Let's go play. No. That doesn't go there.
No, I just picture you golfing, and it looks like you should golf. I'm just saying you should.
I would golf more if they would let you do it barefoot. It just seems like a great place to just hang out.
We'll do it. You can do that.
I guess.
I mean, don't go to those snooty clubs where they make you wear all the fancy clothes and everything.
Yeah.
Just go to a public course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Avoid the snooty.
Yeah, exactly. And congratulations on just getting married.
Thank
That's
you.
very exciting. In September, and this is, and you got married. Was this at your place in Aspen?
Yeah, it was up in
That looks gorgeous.
Colorado.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And then...
you just come on TV and just do your own home movies, I guess.
But this is, I mean, really, this doesn't even look real. This is, this looks like you took this at Sears at a background, like you just...
Yeah, I dreamed that spot when I was little. Our first vacations were in canvas tents up in the high Sierras, and I think that when you take someone early, that whole feeling of being in the mountains was something I really never got out of my senses, and I'd been looking for this place my whole life, and I found it about 10 years ago.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's just so romantic that you get on a canoe after you get married. I mean, I
Yeah.
assume it was right after. She's still in the dress.
We took some, yeah.
It wasn't like the
No,
next day or anything.
I had her like that all night.
Yeah.
Just all night. Stop right there. No, we just taken pictures, and I looked down at the canoe and I said, "You want to take a ride?" I said, because there was our family, and you've all experienced, there was a whole bunch of people, and I thought, let's get away from the noise for a second. And we just went out in the lake. We kind of like talked about the stuff that you feel like, and it was good. It was 20 minutes, all of 20 minutes, but it was nice.
Now, how did you meet Christine?
We met actually on a golf course, and I know.
I just said.
I feel like you're trapping me.
Yeah.
You're just so good. You're so sweet, and she just chomps down on it. Gotcha there in that lie. I was at a place that had a golf course. I went over there to kill some time. I saw this young lady. We talked for about 15 minutes. She was 20. And 6 years later, she came back up to me and said, "Do you remember?" And I said, "Kinda." And we've been seeing each other ever since.
Well, you're more than seeing her. You live with her now.
Yeah. Oh, how deep do you
So
want to
now-
go?
Go ahead. I don't know. So she's 26 now, I assume.
No, she's 31.
Uh-huh.
We dated for about 5 years.
Uh-huh. So she's 31, and you just turned,
50.
You just turned 50. You look great.
Thanks.
You look really good. Are you excited to be 50? You care?
I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really, thank you.
It's,
Because you kind of need that a little bit, because there's a lot of people that focus in on that date, and you think, gee, many Christmas, maybe I should focus on it myself a little bit. But you're kind of forced to look at it and think where your life's going.
yeah, but I think that it's interesting, because I feel like, I mean, maybe it's because I'm older now, but I used to look at that age as being really old.
Yeah, ancient.
And now that I'm that age, I'm 47, and
Yeah.
I think I don't,
We're just living a lie, Ellen. We're just
yeah,
living a lie.
yeah. We're in complete denial.
We're just really old.
Yeah.
Want to race you.
Just sitting here congratulating
Yeah.
ourselves for looking so young.
Come on. It's in the headline.
No, but it doesn't feel like it. I just feel like I thought,
I know.
that's when you can't even walk anymore or something.
Yeah. That's when you should be chasing kids off your yard. Get out of here.
I still do that. If people are driving too fast, like in the movie, I'm that
Yeah.
person in the movie.
Slow
Slow
down.
down. I love that part in the movie
She was
because it's
sweet.
hilarious. We're gonna come back and talk about the film, which I absolutely love. We'll be right back with Kevin Costner. We're back with Kevin Costner. I was telling you during the break that I love the film, and I didn't realize that Mike Binder wrote and directed it, but when I saw him in the movie, I knew right away that it was his film because it had that feel. It's so good. It's
Yeah.
funny, it's touching, it's
I think Mike Binder wrote and directed Mind of a Married Man, and it's pretty edgy stuff. Most guys pretend like, no, that doesn't happen at all when you see it. But he's a guy that's really taken a step, and I think if you see Upside of Anger, you're going to see probably, I like to think of Mike Binder now as maybe our generation's Woody Allen.
That's what I
So,
feel.
yeah.
I felt like that a while ago when
Yeah.
his earlier stuff.
See, you felt like it earlier than me.
Yeah.
Just
no,
gotta
no,
be
just
on top.
you're.
Oh
So
my
you
God.
said. So you said that you're reading way too much into what you're saying. You're
No, I'm just simple.
So you said you based your character on a dog? Is that what you said?
Well, you get on these shows and you got to say something. I did. I said he's like, I said, look, he's kind of like a Saint Bernard, and I mean, I didn't really go into depth, but it's, I mean, we've all kind of been around. You see he's an unthreatening character, the guy that I play, so I said that I was talking about. I mean, I've been in backyards where there's like a dog that's kind of, say, is that your dog? And I go, no, that's not my dog. Is that your dog? No. Well, he's eating everything. Mm-hmm. And you go, well, but he's okay, right? So it's an unthreatening kind of personality that just moves from backyard to backyard, and it's kind of sweet.
Yeah. Well, but it's true. It's true. And I see why you say that, because she treats you so badly, and you just stay there until you finally snap. But
There's a moment where, Mike pulls a trigger. He allows me to get at her.
Yeah, and I thought that was the perfect time. I was like,
Yeah.
you're not going to just stand there, and that's just too much now.
Yeah.
Now I didn't think you'd do what you did.
I had to explain something to my kids. I needed that moment.
Yeah, right. No, but it's so good, and you I don't know how, I don't see that much of a difference. You look great now, but you put on 20 pounds for that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That was 20 pounds?
20 pounds ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just drink a lot. I'm like a
What?
I drink a lot of milk, okay, and all the stuff that goes with it.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
You just drank a lot of milk?
All right. You just, yeah. Oh my God. This
right.
is my embarrassing moment, right?
Yeah, tell us your embarrassing moment.
Well,
do you have one?
Well, I was kind of going back through my Rolodex of embarrassing moments. I kept going, where am I going to, on the show? You don't know, but it's hard to kind of come up with these. And then I thought, last night. It happened. A friend of mine, Don Johnson, his wife, said, you called me early in the morning. What? We got tickets to U2. Do you want to go? Yeah, we'd like to go. My wife couldn't go, so I took my son. And I said to my son, you know, Don Johnson, he's smooth. Because Joe says, well, how are we going to? Just follow Don. He'll know what to do. You know, we don't have a parking pass, and I worry about that, so my kids take on that worry. I'm like, I never assume that I'm going to get anywhere, be in front or whatever. He said, so watch Don. He'll handle this. He can. We go through. We park really close. We didn't have the permits to park, but Don talked to them. And I keep looking at Joe. See, Don, you know, that's it. So we finally go into the Staples Center, and we're going to be escorted somewhere, and all of a sudden it just stops. Wow. And there's a discussion over the tickets. What the long and short of it was, we were there on the wrong day. We were supposed to be there tonight.
Yeah,
tonight. So I'm thinking, I'm looking at Don like, come on, Smooth, make this happen. And somebody walking by has one of those very expensive booths it was Mattel. Some people from Mattel said, would you poor guys like to sit up here with us? And we did. So we didn't even have our seats, and somebody like we were dogs. We were St. Bernards. And we ended up in somebody's backyard, so thank you to the people at Mattel.
That's hilarious.
Last night.
That ended very well.
Yeah, it doesn't qualify as most, but it was embarrassing
It's
a little
no
bit.
braces in a volleyball net.
No, you could like slingshot her out of there.
No, I know. All right, well, thank you for being here. And The Upside of Anger is in theaters nationwide. It's really, really good. Go see it. Michael Clarke Duncan is going to be here after this. Don't go away. Our next guest received an Academy Award nomination for his unforgettable role in The Green Mile, and now he's starring in the #1 movie in the country, Sin City. Please welcome Michael Clarke Duncan.
I got to tell you, I was just listening to Don Johnson's story, and I have an embarrassing moment that's really bad, really bad. I was working out in the gym, right, a couple of years ago, so, you know.
You work out?
Yeah, just a little bit, a little bit. So this guy had on these sunglasses, and he kept bumping into me on the way down the rack, and I'm like, okay, now I know he sees me, I'm right here. And I said, one more time, and I'm gonna let him know. And he comes back by and hits my shoulder, and I just turn around and I just grabbed him. I said, hey, I know you effing see me standing right here. I said, you gotta be blind or something. And he took the glasses off. He said, yes, brother, I am. I'm terribly sorry. And I was like,
no.
So I left the gym, and everybody said, they're like, how you pick on a blind guy, Mike? How you grab a blind guy? I was so embarrassed, and it was just like, I never wanted to tell that story, but I told you. So that was really bad, because I was really.
That's horrible.
It was horrible. I thought he was trying to act tough or something. You know, I didn't know.
Oh,
I'm
man.
not like that. Don't think I'm, you know, like this.
No.
No, I'm not like that.
I don't think you're that. Oh, that's horrible.
That was horrible.
You're going to let anybody bump into you from now on. They can take advantage of that.
I don't care. And don't ask people if they're pregnant, and they may not be. Yeah. Because I was in a store, and lady had and I just said, hey, look at you. And I was just like, how many months? And she said, well, I have a deformity down there. And I'm like, yeah, well, wow. And I just, once again, those 2 moments in my life, I have never forgotten. And I will never look at a person's stomach or I will never bump into a person that has sunglasses on. Because you just never know.
That is horrible.
That was kind of bad.
You should just don't talk to anybody.
No, I shouldn't. And you know I'm not like that.
No,
you know
no.
I'm not. Do I look like that?
No, you're a sweet guy.
Yeah,
I
there
almost
you
hate
go.
to do this to you now. Look at your photo of your
Hey,
yearbook.
do we but wait, Ellen. Now, we've been, you know.
Yeah, I know, but look at your yearbook picture. You have to go to our bad photo tournament. Look at that.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah.
I thought I was so cool. Come on, I thought I was it. I had a blonde patch in my head.
What year is that? What year is that?
That's 75. And I
70
really thought I was cool.
In,
You know, 'cause it's
in
like
75, you were cool.
I
That was
cool.
right.
Come on. I mean, that was a gang thing. Everybody
Yeah.
had a little patch to represent. And
You dyed a little patch of your
yeah,
hair?
it was your color.
Really?
It was your color. My hair was black. See that little thing right there? That's a patch right there. A patch of little blonde.
Oh, no.
You gotta say that. There it is. Come on. But that look
Yeah.
kind of cool, though. Come
Yeah.
on.
No,
Would you talk to a guy that looks like that? Tell the truth.
At the time, yes, that is cool
That
in
is
75,
cool. Yeah,
for sure.
that is cool. Come on. And you don't have to keep pointing at it. It's
Yeah.
so, you know.
No.
The moment's gone. You
I
don't have
can't
to keep your thumb on
I
it.
can't stop looking at it. I can't stop looking at it.
Okay, we can put that down now. Right there. There you go.
Do you do that on purpose, or did you actually lose your hair, or do you shave it on purpose? Because it looks great like that.
No, actually, my niece was shaving me one day, and you know you have the heads on the clippers, and there's some little white guards that let you go just low enough, and she clicked it, and the guards broke, and she, and ever since then, I just, you know, you have to shave it as low as you mess it up. So I had to shave it bald, and it looked kind of cool, and girls were like, hey, Mike,
Yeah.
I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought it was kind of cool, you know, and it just kind of stayed with me.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's easy, too. You
Yeah,
just, you don't
no
have-
maintenance at all.
No maintenance at all.
No, none at all.
Although you have to do something, don't you? You moisturize?
You know what? No, I do.
Yeah,
and I
I
use
would-
sunblock.
I would think you do
No,
moisturize.
you have to moisturize your
Right.
scalp.
It's
I don't have
shiny.
any hair, but you have to moisturize your scalp.
Do you buff it? It's very shiny.
You don't feel it. Feel it.
Yeah.
It is really smooth.
It is
You see,
really
it is
smooth.
really smooth.
Do you shave every day?
Every day. I shaved right before I came here.
Yeah,
Because
'cause-
I wanted you to touch me.
No. It's good.
I wanted her to touch me.
I'll touch it again.
Touch it again.
I'll touch it again.
Ah, yes.
That's soft.
That is soft.
All right.
You know?
Yeah. And I was kidding, you work out, but you actually lost, since the Green Mile, you lost
About 95 pounds.
95 pounds. So when we come back, I hear you have some pretty interesting exercises to show us
Yeah, I'm
what
gonna show you
did.
some little stretches and stuff so me and you go do them.
Yeah, I'll do them.
Yeah, okay,
I
cool.
want to learn how to do them. We'll be
Yeah,
right back
okay.
doing some calisthenics.
Yeah, there you go.
We're back to Michael Clarke Duncan. Now, that's a clip from Sin City, and it's the #1 movie in the country.
Yes,
That's really
that's
amazing.
really good.
It looks really cool.
It is. Oh, you know what it was? It was, thank you. It was Robert Rodriguez who had this vision with Frank Miller, and they just said, we're going to do all of it on a green screen. And I thought they were crazy. I said, you got to have something in there. And they would have like one prop here and something there. And it just, when they did it, after I saw it at the premiere, I just thought it was fantastic. It's like history breaking.
Yeah, that's
really.
what everybody says. There's
Yeah.
never been anything like it. It's a different look. It's a
No,
different
totally
feel.
different look.
The lighting.
Yes,
That's great.
everything.
All right, well, show us what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, we're going to do some stretching right over here.
you do
okay?
stretching, which is very important. A lot of men don't think that
Yeah, a lot of
stretching is
men-
important.
Because it is, though.
Very.
Really. I have never stretched. I just started stretching like 6-8 months ago, really.
Okay.
So we're going to get down on here like this.
Okay.
And you're going to spread your legs like this.
Okay.
Yep, there you go.
All right.
Now, you got on clean gym shoes.
Yes, I do. I'm not going to hurt you.
So you can come up in here and push my legs open.
Oh, okay.
Push them open. There you go.
You're
Push 'em
doing
open.
yoga, you said.
Yeah.
Good.
Push them open some more.
Okay.
And we're going to hold each other's hands.
Okay.
And I'm going to pull you forward, and you're going to stretch as far as you can
Okay.
until you feel it. See, that's a good stretch right there.
Okay,
That is a good stretch. Now
I'm
you're
done.
gonna pull.
Okay.
You cool?
Okay.
Now you're gonna pull me forward.
Okay.
Good stretch.
Is this how you lost 90 pounds?
Yes. And other things too.
Yeah.
but,
What else did you do?
You know what? I gave up fried foods and I gave up red meat.
Really?
Yeah, I had to because it was just a thing that if you ever read up on red meat and you start looking online and stuff, you'll find a lot of bad things. So I just gave that up, gave up a lot of fried foods, sweets. I don't eat after 8 o'clock at night. And I work out very hard every day.
Okay, but this isn't enough. Don't think you can do this and lose 90 pounds.
No, you can't. You have to.
Everybody's going to be like, I'm not losing any
No,
weight.
you have to do
Yeah.
push-ups at home, and this is something that women can do. Now,
Yeah.
what I want you to do is just kind of climb on top of me. I'm gonna get right here. You just get on top of me. Right.
Well, in what way?
Right, just like that. Just like that. Now, I'm gonna just push up, okay?
Yes.
I'm gonna just push up. You up there?
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Are you comfortable?
Well, yes.
Okay. See? Go.
Sin City is in theaters everywhere. We'll be
That's
right
right.
back. Don't go
That's
away.
right.
I want to thank Kevin Costner and Clarke Duncan. Tomorrow, Whoopi Goldberg will be here. I'm going to read you the embarrassing story that I read this morning, and I was laughing so hard I was crying. This is from Raylan Roadhouse from Missoula, Montana. I live on a very busy street a couple of blocks down from a sub sandwich shop. One Saturday morning, I had slept in very late and still had my usual sleeping ensemble on. Mismatched socks, odd nightgown, and sweater to complete the look. In this outfit, plus a very wild, uncombed hair, I decided to go on my front lawn and water my flowers. A very attractive young college man was walking up the block towards me holding a puppy cuddled up to his face and kissing it. I love dogs, and when I saw him, I started to run towards him. I said, "How precious!" He had come to a complete stop and had this scared look on his face the closer I got to him. However, when I got within 6 feet of him, I realized it was not a puppy he was holding, but a wrapped sub sandwich, and he was eating it, not kissing it. How can you mistake a puppy for a sandwich? Oh my God. All right, so we'd like to reenact any one of these that I just read. Go to our website, vote for which embarrassing story you think we should make our next reenactment. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.